Hello, my name's Ryan, 27 years of age, and I started losing my sight when I was about 6 years of age to a condition called glaucoma, which is quite rare for young people, as it's usually when they go in hospital, it's usually people over the age of like 60 in there. So it was genetics through the family that I caught the eye problem really, passed down through the family. Some of my experiences of being just going around the transition from losing my sight to from having sight to losing my sight has been that you have to rely on people all the time. And obviously I go into shops and sometimes they're not aware of what a cane is, and people are not aware of how to deal and how to approach somebody who doesn't have sight. So I'm going in a shop, for example, and I might just walk into your local supermarket, and the kiosk where you go to the customer service is not always directly near where you need it to be. So it's really up to the staff to kind of be aware of me being in a situation where it's difficult for me to call for help, and then them to put me in a situation where they can actually call somebody else for help and hopefully do it in a discreet way and not like announce it to the world that, oh, there's a blind guy in the shop. So people can be more aware. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had some really good experiences. Just the other day I went into my local supermarket, a lady came from behind the counter, she guided me over to the counter and then waited for one of her colleagues to come and assist me around the shop. By taking my arm, I had the basket, taking me around the shop, and very much empowering me and putting the control within me to choose what I want, not coming up to me and talking to me in this patronising fashion like, are you all right? It's like, yeah, I can't see, I've not lost my hearing. I think we need to be taught from a very early age, all the way through probably until you leave college, that blind people they're not aliens, we're approachable, and to build that rapport with each other so we can all enable each other to do what we want to do as a daily thing. A really bad experience I had using public transport was when I was on the train. I'd been downstairs at the train station, I'd asked for the correct help. They informed me that a member of staff would be upstairs, and as a result of that I just flew off and went onto the tracks, which you probably don't think is funny. It wasn't as dramatic as you think. I didn't go like Superman or anything. I just fell onto the tracks, and even people at that moment didn't know how to approach me, how to help me. And yet again, I mean, you're putting your trust in people when you go out there to help you. So it's like you said, building that rapport and that trust with the shops, and they need the correct training to be able to do so that they feel comfortable. Because sometimes I go into a shop or on public transport, and because they feel so hesitant, I feel nervous for them. I just want to be able to do my shopping, wait 5 or 10 minutes for the person to come, do my shopping, then get out of the shop. Same as on public transport. But at the same time, there's so many laws and there's so much red tape sometimes that when there are members of staff, it's like we've got to have this person do it when there are clearly other members of staff around that could help. So it almost needs to be more person-centered, thinking about the person's experience. I mean, for example, I work out, I go to the gym. They said that I'd have to pay for a membership for somebody else to take me around the gym. Now that's horrific, and for that they lost my custom. I got out of the contract. So now, for me to go to a gym where I can actually have the staff help me and put me on the stuff, and they're still treating me as an equal, they're not treating me as a hindrance and as someone who's invaluable. They see me as a valuable customer, even though it's taken up one of their members of staff's time. So I think the right help is out there, but sometimes blame whatever party you want to, but people are not trained in giving you the help. Another bad experience I had is people send out stuff to me in the mail as a letter, and it could be a really important letter, like you must send this letter in by this date, we might stop your benefits there, or if you're working we're going to stop this or we're going to do that. Yet they're sending it me in a letter. Well, they must be assuming that there's someone at home to read the letter to me, and there isn't always. So you miss these deadlines. So I've always said to customer service, and there's some great customer service out there, they'll say, what's your preferred method of being contacted? Ring me on the phone. That's how I prefer it. Might be an email. But yet again, I tell the correct method. And when I say the correct method, I don't mean the correct method for everybody, because it's not one shoe fits all. The correct method for me as an individual. And sometimes they don't listen to that, and that's where the frustration kicks in.